So if you are not already on my list to receive links to the class recording, make sure to put your name and email address in the chat. Make sure you can get it if you're interested in getting it. So I think we are ready to begin. I'd like to welcome you all to Tai Chi for Health. This is a class we have every Wednesday, and it's open to more people. If you have friends who want to register, just let them know how to get to the Mount Laurel Library website and calendar, and they can join us. In this class, we use the movements of Tai Chi and Qigong, which are two different Chinese exercise systems, along with the principles of Tai Chi, which is also a martial art, to improve our health. We can improve our flexibility, our muscle tone, our balance, our mood, and hopefully have a little bit of fun along the way. You'll need a little space around you because we're going to take a step or two in each direction. If you have any small animals, leave them outside the room because I don't want anybody to fall down. That's my only rule in class. Don't fall down. If you need to support yourself by leaning on something, that's fine. Or if you need to sit for the entire class or just a portion of it, that's entirely fine. You can get a lot out of these movements, even if you're just moving the upper part of your body. So with that being said, we're going to get ready to start. And the way we start is we breathe. We're going to bring our feet together as close as comfortable. Bring our hands to our lower abdomen. We're just going to breathe. Inhale and exhale. I'd like you to try to breathe from the diaphragm so your belly expands as you inhale. Gets a little smaller as you exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now this time I want you to hold the breath at the top just for a moment. And now let it out with a sigh. You might actually feel your shoulders drop, your upper back lose some tension. What we're trying to do is relax through this entire class, even while we're moving. What I'd like you to be is my mirror image. You don't have to memorize anything, just follow along. And always stay in your comfort zone. If something I do hurts, don't do it. You could just imagine doing it, visualize doing it, do it whatever limitation still feels comfortable for you. Now we're flying like a bird. We're going to come back to a bunch of birds today. We're going to inhale and the hands float up. Exhale and we soften the waist and knees as they come back down. Now this time we're going to bring the arms all the way up top and slowly, slowly down in front. I mentioned we're using the principles of Tai Chi, and those are moving slowly and smoothly and continuously, with one more that I'll get to in a moment. Now we're going to separate our feet, are now shoulder width apart. As we inhale, the hands float up chest high. As we exhale, they float down. This is the Tai Chi movement. Open the door. The fourth Tai Chi principle is the conscious transfer of weight, and we're doing a lot of that in class today, and I'll talk about it several different times. We're now going to modify this into a Qigong movement. As we inhale, our hands rise up and we point the palms to the ceiling. As we exhale, they slowly come down. Now, if my telling you how to breathe bothers you, just ignore me and breathe normally, but I'd like you to try to breathe slowly and with the movements. So we inhale as we come up. Exhale as we come down. This is the Qigong movement called supporting the sky like a pillar. Now, this time we're going to modify it. We're going to come up part way to the heart level. Now, one hand moves up while the other moves down. Inhale as the hands come together. Exhale as they separate. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. Now, if you want, you can lean to the side a little bit, still connecting the sky and the earth. But now we're shifting our weight from one side to the other. And I want you to just be conscious of that weight shift. Now we're going to modify this movement again. We're going to reach to the side. As we do, the dragon spreads its wings. All of these movements in this order are just lubricating our joints so that we can get ready for more movement. The synovial fluid in these joints provides nourishment and lubrication to the joints, helps us move smoothly. Now you can turn as far as you want or as limited as you want. You can look over your shoulder as we spread our wings. Or you can just keep looking forward. Now we're going to swing the dragon's tail. All of these movements are twisting our spine, which also needs a little bit of flexibility training and lubrication. Now we're going to stretch the dragon's tail. So we're going to reach up to the side as we shift our weight. Bring our hands down, go over to the other side, shifting our weight, reaching up. Sort of pressing against an invisible wall. To stretch our tail a little more, we're going to bring our back leg out. Touch down, bring it back. This opens up the hips a little bit, gives a little more flexion to those joints. It also is a balance exercise. We're going to keep going with our dragon movements for a moment. We're going to bring our palms together, bring them across at our eye level as we shift our weight, across at our heart level, shifting again, and down at the belly button level. And this is one of the forms of the swimming dragon. Lubricating our wrists, elbows, shoulders. And we can take the dragon for a swim in different directions if we want. We can go up to the side, look over our back, our opposite shoulder. If you turn the hips while you do this, this is one of the classic forms of the swimming dragon. But I prefer going into a random walk action, so we're going to take our dragon and swim down and up. Twisting all different parts of the body, but always staying in your comfort zone. Let's do one more, and we're going to come back and we're going to sync the chi. So we're going to inhale, our hands float up, chest high, they come in toward the heart, and we press downward. We're going to start swinging side to side. We're going to do a few balance exercises. We're going to start by bringing a heel out. Bringing it back, take the other heel and bring it out. Now we're going to raise one hand over the foot, the other hand over the other foot. Now both hands over the foot. One is at the elbow of the other. This is playing the pipa or playing the guitar. It's a Tai Chi movement. Let's do one more set. We're going to go back to swinging. We're going to take our hand and bring it up in front of our face. I'm going to do one side at a time for this one. We're now going to bring the same sided foot in on the ball of the foot and back. Now we're going to raise the knee, if you can. If you need to hold on to something, that's fine. Or if you can't raise your foot off the floor, just leave it in a high center step, putting most of the weight on the standing leg, and that helps strengthen that leg while you're getting in better shape to do the knee raise. This is the Tai Chi movement called the Golden Rooster. Stands on one leg. We're going to do it on the other side now, so the other hand comes up in front of the face. Still shifting our weight consciously from side to side. Now we bring in our foot. Now we raise the knee. That's the Golden Rooster stands on one leg. I guess it's our second bird of the day. We're going to do a few more balance movements as we're swinging back and forth. We're now going to take our toe and bring it out to the side. Bring it back. Now the other toe out to the other side. Now this time as the foot goes out, we're going to stick our opposite hand palm up. Let's do the other side. Opposite hand palm up. And now the same side. Yes, that's right. Palm down. No, it's the opposite hand. The opposite hand goes palm down, and it's the same side as palm up. Correction. I'll edit that out of the tape. No, I won't. All of my classes have all the mistakes in them, so you can practice them at your leisure. This is the Tai Chi movement called High Pat the Horse. I visualize taking an apple, offering it to a pretty short horse, and patting it on the head. It's actually 2 strikes against an opponent, a low blow and a high blow. And I think that's enough for that. We're going to now do some corner work by stepping out to the corner. We're going to start with that corner. We're going to step out and push up and away from ourselves. This is the Tai Chi movement called push the mountain, or sometimes push-pull. So we're shifting our weight from the forward leg to the backward leg. In all Tai Chi movements, the force comes from the earth. As we're pressing against the earth, and then through the body, we aim that force at our opponent. So this is a good example of the structure of the body being used in a martial art. Right now, we're just moving to improve our muscle tone and balance, but it has its other uses. We're now going to modify this. We're going to bring our palms together as we go forward, and we're going to do the breaststroke back as we come backward. As we do a Qigong movement called parting the clouds. Let's do one more. Now, if we reverse direction, bringing our arms forward, the back of our hands facing each other, and then scoop down as we come back, it's a different Qigong movement called the mama bear gathers her cubs. Let's do one more. And And now by special request, we're going to do the butterfly. We're going to come forward, crossing our wrists, bringing our palms up to the sky as we look up. Now we shift our weight back, the palms cross facing down as we do a bow, keeping our spine straight. So our arms are doing the shape of a butterfly's wings, thus the name the butterfly. And this is actually a balance exercise for me because we're putting our body through a bunch of different angular movements. Let's do one more. We're going to sit back. We're going to sync the chi, and we're going to do the same set of movements to the other side. So first, we're going to step out to the other corner and push away. I usually say step out to the corner so that your feet end up in what's called the bow and arrow stance or the bow stance. Your feet are separated side to side and front to back, so you're very stable as you're moving. So here we're pushing them out, and we're now going to switch it into parting the clouds. So we put our palms together as they go out, and we swim back. Now we're going to reverse direction, bring the back of our hands together as we gather those baby cubs. To coordinate the breath, as you move backward, you inhale. As you move forward, you exhale. Now we're ready to look at the butterfly. So we're going to come forward, bringing our palms upward as we look upward. And as we come down, palms downward, we look downward, but we're sort of doing a hip hinge. So our spine is long. It's also stretching the hamstrings. We're going to step back in, hug a big tree. Inhale, the hands float out. Exhale, you come together and float down. We're going to do a few Tai Chi movements now. We're going to start by having our arms on one side, bring our opposite foot in. We're going to do a little dance, doing a little, mostly one leg squat as the hands are moving up and down and in and out. We're now going to step out to that corner, and the hands do the same movement, but the one that was going down ends up by the thigh, passing the knee. The one that was coming into the ear is now pushing forward, and it's called brush knee and push. So we're deflecting down from someone punching at us, and we're pushing them back. The shifting of our weight from the back foot to the front foot gives power to the push. Let's do one more. We're going to sit back. We're going to go to the other side, so the arms end up on this side now. We're going to do a little dance again. Now we're going to step out, brush knee and push. Let's do one more. We're going to come back in. We're going to sync the chi. I think we're ready to go up a little bit. We have been on the earth. Now we're going to go up to the clouds. So we're going to bring one hand across our face as we turn slightly. Shift hand positions, come back the other way. This is waving hands like clouds and is done both in Qigong and in Tai Chi. You can coordinate the breath with your movement by exhaling as the hand moves across, inhaling as you shift hand positions. One of my teachers says it's like you're holding a toddler in front of you, moving it from side to side. And so the hands are actually moving up and down, not side to side, but your torso is turning. So you're moving the hands so they appear to move side to side. So this is the Qigong version of waving hands like clouds. We're now going to add some foot movement, making it a Tai Chi movement. So as we move our hand, we step out in the same direction. We then bring our following foot in as we move back and step again. So this is a retreat sideways movement. We're going to go back 4 steps now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm going to talk about that conscious transfer of weight. As we shift our foot out, we put it down, and before we transfer the weight, we make sure it's safe. You haven't stepped on anything strange like ice or snow, or a dog or cat that's gotten in your room by mistake. So you're very much in tune with what the body is doing. I'm going to go back to the center. So waving hands like clouds is very important in terms of knowing where your body is in space, proprioception, and strengthening the muscles, and being sure of your footing before you transfer the weight. I'm going to do a few exercises starting out with our waving hands movement. We're going to close our fists. They're storm clouds. Now we're going to raise one hand above the head and the other at the belly. Look over the back shoulder. This is a Qigong movement called the tiger hugs its head. And we can turn it into a balance movement by raising the back foot. And we can do a little bit more stretching of our shoulder muscles if we reach behind us as the hands position themselves above the head and behind the back. And it becomes a different movement called drawing the saber. But it's got a lot more strain on the shoulder. So stay in your comfort zone. Only do what you can do. We're now going to go to the other side and do the tiger hugs its head. So now the other hand is above the head and the other at the belly as we look back. Now we're going to raise the foot if we can. If you can't, just leave it on the floor. Let's do one more. And while we're here with our hands moving with gentle fists, we're going to elbow strike and back fist. So the elbow comes out, the back fist. So elbow strike is one of the basic energies of Tai Chi boxing, which is what Tai Chi Chuan is about. But it also is a Qigong movement called release the butterfly. So if we open our palms, grab a butterfly, release the butterfly. It goes along with our other butterfly movement. So you got 2 for the price of 1 today. Now we're going to go to the other side. So first we're going to do our elbow strike and back fist. Now we're going to release the butterfly. So we catch the butterfly, release the butterfly. And I guess since we're talking about having insects under our control, we're going to do one more movement. First, starting with the clouds. And we're going to have a firefly in a lantern. So we're going to make a hook with one hand and bring a lantern from side to side, switching hand positions. See if you can imagine the firefly in the lantern with its gentle glow as you shift this lantern from side to side, shifting your weight very consciously at the same time. Okay, I think we've insulted enough insects now, so we're going to go a little bit higher. We were at the cloud level. We're now going to go to the moon, and we're going to first hold the moon. We're going to bring it to the other side. Now we're going to toss the moon. So we're going to take one hand away and raise the moon gently up to the sky. To coordinate the breath, you inhale as you rock back, grab the moon. Exhale as you raise it up. We're now going to add our other hand at the top. It comes down as we raise the moon, and we're doing the Tai Chi movement, parting the wild horse's mane. See if you can feel the air between your fingers as you move up. We're going to go to the other side now, do the same set of movements. So first we're going to toss the moon. Now we're going to part the wild horse's mane. So I talk about trying to feel the air between your fingers. I'd like you to try to be in touch with what your body is telling you as you do all the movements. Just be in touch with your body. It's the physical part of mindfulness. You might also imagine that you're combing out the nettles from a wild horse's mane, creating tranquility out of the chaos of those nettles. Now we're back. We're still holding the moon. We're going to do a few more things with the moon. First, we're going to take the moon for an orbit around the Earth. So we're going to step out to the corner and bring the moon around. Reminds me of the astronauts who are going to be circling around the moon in coming days. And we're going to reverse direction. We're going to come back to the center, and we're going to go to the other side. So we're going to step out to the other corner and take the moon around the Earth. Now, this is sometimes called stirring the Qi. We're going to reverse, go the other direction. And we can do a lot of different Qi stirring exercises. We're going to do one more as long as we're here. We're going to sit back. We're going to take both of our palms facing the floor as we make a big figure 8 in front of us. Still shifting our weight from side to side. And it's as if we're polishing a table. It's another form of stirring the Qi, sometimes called polishing the table. Now we're going to sink the Qi. We're going to do some breathing exercises and stretching exercises for a few moments. So we're going to start by bringing the back of our hands together, rising up, shoulder height, and then the hands float out and down. As we do the Qigong movement, the fountain. Last week when we were doing our farming exercises, this was one of the ways I got water into the ground. It was with the fountain. Now, a modification of this one, if we point our fingers upward and then press out, it has a couple of different names depending on hand position, sometimes the heart opening breath and sometimes making space. Now we're going to take our fingers, pointing up as we go way above our head, spiraling our arms out as they come down, doing silk reeling. A lot of our movements have twisting of the arms. And in Tai Chi, I think also in Qigong, they talk about spiral energy as being a component of the Qi in the body. Doing these spiral movements is supposed to help in the flow of that energy. Let's do one more. So we've got some stretching going. We're also now going to do some circling movements. So we're going to first, let's just clear space from side to side. Moving slowly. Now we're going to paint the horizon. So our palms are facing out as we go across. Sometimes painting the canvas. If we go a little higher, we can be touching the stars. And if we're just making circles, it's sometimes called Chen circles. And if we make fists, it's sometimes called turning the wheel. I mention these things not to say, oh, I'm so smart, I know all these names for all these movements, but Qigong, there are a lot of things that are almost identical. And you can make up any movement you want, and it'll still be valid if it helps you improve your health. We're going to go back the other way. We're turning the wheel the other way. Now we're going to make our chin circle the other way, so our hands are open. And we're going to touch the stars for a few seconds. And now we're going to paint a canvas in the other direction. And you'll notice as you move that you're stressing different muscles in your back and in your shoulders as we do the slightly different movements. And now we're going to clear the field. Now, I did hear sparrows singing today, so we're going to do Catch the Sparrow's Tail next. So we're going to start by bringing our hands, holding the moon, bring our foot in on the ball of the foot. We're going to step out to the side, and we're going to ward off. This movement has 4 parts to it. The first one is warding off. We're just going to do that for a few times. Its second movement is pull back. So we scoop upward and arc down toward the floor. We'll do that a few times. Now the third movement is press. So we bring our palms together, and as we lunge, we press our hands together. Getting back in position, we do it again. Just get used to that movement. And the fourth and last part of this movement is push the mountain. We did that earlier in class. So if we put those all together, they're Catch the Sparrow's Tail. That's a very pretty movement. I like it. So first, we ward off. Then we pull back. And we press, we roll back, and we push. So you can coordinate the breath as we inhale as we come in, exhale as we ward off, inhale as you roll back, exhale as you press, inhale as you roll back, exhale as you push. So we ward off, pull back, press, and push. Let's go to the other side and do those same movements. Again, we're going to break it up into 4 parts. We're going to ward off. Do that several times. Now we're going to pull back. This is redirecting your opponent's energy, guiding them down to the ground so that although they were trying to hurt you, you're just pushing them aside, letting their own energy take them in the wrong direction. And now we press. And finally, we separate our hands and push the mountain. So let's put those all together to catch that sparrow's tail. When we ward off, pull back, press, and push. Coordinating the breath, we inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time, we're going to ward off, pull back, press, and push. So we're going to come back to the center. We're going to sync the chi. We're going to do a few more Qigong movements from the 8 pieces of brocade. First one we're going to widen our stance. This is called the horse stance, as if we're riding a horse. And we're going to come down in a squat, and we're going to punch. And as we bring our hand back, we're going to flare our fingers and wrist and bring the hand back. So we exhale as we punch. Inhale as we bring the hand back. So notice that it's not a fast punch. This is not Muhammad Ali punching. This is a Tai Chi punch. And if you like to make it more Qigongish, you can make a fierce face. It's said that the 8 pieces of brocade from which this is taken is a set of warm-up exercises for soldiers. So when they punched, they made a fierce face to scare the enemy. And you can do that if you'd like. Now, while we're in this position, we're going to do another movement from the 8 pieces of brocade. We're going to shoot an arrow. We start by bringing our hands up at an X block. Imagine we're opening a bow, aiming to the side and letting the arrow fly. So we're actually doing a little bit of a squat as we aim and shoot the bow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And I'm reminded of the picture on my shirt today. We're going to do a Tai Chi punch as opposed to the Qigong punch. We're going to start with our feet shoulder width apart. And we're going to bring our hands to our waist, ready to throw a punch. We're going to throw a twisting punch, but we're going to step at the same time. So we transfer our weight to this leg, bring the foot out, put down the heel, the toe, and as we shift our weight, we throw the punch. We're going to come back and do it to the other side. So the importance of this punch, it's not really just like the punching with fierce space. You're not going to knock anybody down doing it slowly like this. But here we're actually being very conscious and mindful about the transfer of our weight from the back leg to the front leg as we punch. Let's do 2 more. And then we're going to sync the chi. Did I want to do so? Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about all of the Tai Chi walking advertisements on YouTube, on Facebook. There was an article in Dr. Paul Lamb's Institute for in the Tai Chi for Health Institute about some of these strange advertisements that are trying to get people to pay money to learn Tai Chi. But what they're doing is they're making strange claims on the internet. One of which I saw was losing weight with Tai Chi. There's another one about losing weight eating gelatin. But anyway, the Tai Chi one, there's a lot of gobbledygook that's available on the internet. And I urge you not to go for any of the expensive and meaningless things that are there. There's several AI generated advertisements that show a person of my age, perhaps, built like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. And he said he got it from his Tai Chi, seated Tai Chi exercises. Don't fall for those things. Anyway, I wanted to make sure to say that today. We're now going to do our centering exercise. So we're going to bring our hands to our waists. We're going to inhale as the hands rise. One hand rises up slowly. Exhaling as the hand comes slowly down. To the other side, inhale. And exhale. Now, this is an opportunity to focus on here and now. You can focus on your hand as it moves or on the breath. Just trying to relax. Be in the moment, aware of what your body is feeling. We're now going to bring our feet together, check our breathing. Bring our hands to our lower abdomen to make sure that we're breathing from our diaphragm. The whole idea of diaphragmatic breathing is it stimulates the vagus nerve, which stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps us relax, repair, digest. It's a very good place to be. It's the counterpart or the opposite of the sympathetic nervous system or the fight and flight reflex system. It's the thing that does not let you relax because you're going to be eaten by a tiger. Here's what we want you to relax. Diaphragmatic breathing also gets you more air, so you get more oxygen in your body. And that's useful for the body. If you'd like, you can close your eyes and imagine yourself a bamboo tree in a gentle breeze, wafting gently from side to side. Feel the floor beneath your feet. Again, you could take inventory of your body. Are you feeling any new aches and pains, or maybe a little less ache and pain after our movement? Are you feeling a little colder or a little warmer? Just try to be in touch with what you're sensing in your body. We're we're going to open our eyes. We're going to take one more big breath. And I want to thank you for participating in that Tai Chi Qigong flow. We're now going to do a few cool down exercises. These are exercises to delineate the end of class. They also are useful exercises. First one is one of my favorites. It's spinal cord breathing with a crunch. It combines a stretch, a cat and cow or cat and dog from yoga, and a crunch to strengthen the abdominal muscles. So we're going to inhale, arch our back, bring our shoulder blades together. Exhale, we're going to curl the back and do a crunch. So we're tightening our pelvic muscles as we come forward. So we inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. We're going to do one more. Inhale, and exhale. And the last three cool down exercises are from Dr. Paul Lamb of the Tai Chi for Health Institute. The first is the tapping of the thighs. We've done a lot of squatting in class, and this helps get blood circulating to those big muscles. I like the tapping everywhere, so I tap everywhere. I need blood in my head most of all. The second cool down exercise is a modification of progressive relaxation. We're going to inhale and tense all the muscles that we can without pain, and then exhale, relax those muscles. So we'll be able to see the difference between tension and relaxation, and that helps us relax. So we're going to inhale and tense, and then exhale, relax. Inhale and tense, exhale, relax. Last time, inhale and tense, exhale, relax. And his final cool down exercise is the deep breath. We're going to embrace the sky. Inhale and exhale. You might imagine gathering beautiful energy from the universe and passing it through your body, renewing your body. Whatever makes you feel good, you can do that. And to end, we give the Tai Chi salute. And I want to thank you for participating today, and feel free to unmute yourself, ask any questions or make any comments. I'm going to stop the recording.
A lot of people.